Crazy fans forced Eminem to sell his first house. The first big thing Eminem bought was a house. He had been saving for it since his first royalty check. At the time, Eminem had no idea how famous he was. He bought a house across the street from a trailer park. Neighboring kids would come and jump in his pool. The house was on a main road, so people had no problems coming over. Eminem couldn't even go outside. He had to sell the house and buy a new one. But it was far from the worst challenge in his life. Eminem was bullied badly as a child. It all started just 2 days before his 9th birthday. A bully named D'Angelo Bailey split his lip. The bullying continued for 4 months. Once Bailey broke his nose with a heavy snowball. The worst incident came when Bailey beat him up in a restroom. Eminem suffered a concussion. He temporarily lost vision in one eye. His mother sued the Detroit school system, but her lawsuit for $10,000 in damages was dismissed. Eminem left the school. He later wrote the song Brain Damage about his bully. Bailey promptly filed a $1 million lawsuit. He claimed that Eminem had slandered him. The judge dismissed the case by writing a song about it. At 15, Eminem met Kim Scott. Scott left her family home when she was 12. Eminem's mother took her in. Later, Eminem and Scott started an on and off relationship. They had a daughter, Haley Jade. Eminem wasn't famous yet, so he gave up music to support his family. He worked as a cook and a dishwasher at a small restaurant. He was fired a few times for tardiness, but he became a model employee. For 6 months after Haley's birth, he worked 60 hours a week. He didn't want his daughter to grow up like he did. His mother left his father when he was 2. She fled, leaving their clothes and car behind. She held several menial jobs. They constantly changed their address. Eminem failed 9th grade 3 times. His mother had had enough and forced him to get her job. She would take most of his paycheck. At the restaurant, Eminem was making $5.50 an hour. 5 days before Christmas, he was fired again. It also happened to be his daughter's first birthday. Eminem wrote Rock Bottom right after that. The mental and emotional stress took a toll on Eminem. He developed an addiction to prescription meds. It led to stomach aches. He began to compensate for the pain by eating. Eminem tried rehab in 2005, but that only made things worse once he got out. In 2007, he overdosed and nearly died. His organs were beginning to shut down. The doctors did not expect him to survive. Eminem reached out to Elton John for help. Their unexpected friendship began back in 2001. They performed as a duet at the Grammy. Elton himself overcame addiction in the 1980s. He was the perfect mentor to help guide Eminem. He became Eminem's sponsor for his recovery. The two started on a program of weekly check-ins. After a brief relapse, Eminem managed to get clean in 2008. He has remained clean ever since.